Hi, I'm Melody Bird, and in this lesson we're going to be embellishing a 1-4-5 chord progression in the key of G, and it's going to go like this. Okay, here we are. Like I said, this is a 1-4-5 chord progression in the key of G. So we have a G chord, a C chord, and a D chord as our 1, 4, and 5. And in this chord progression, I took some liberties. I did some chord substitutions, and I also modified a little bit following the melody. Again, key of G. So we started off with the barre chord version of a G, and I like to free up my pinky so that we can do some other work with it, melodic stuff. So what I do is I let go of the pinky and I put my third finger where it was. So we're skipping the 5th string and we get this. Still just a G chord. Okay. And then I get my pinky in there on the 2nd string, 5th fret, and this is the 6th. Part of our major scale shape right here. Okay, that's one of the scale shapes you're going to want to get down so that we can play this. And the melody is just going right up the chord, so we get. And together, this is a G6 chord. Just a G, adding the 6. Okay. Now, the next chord that I went to is still a type of G chord. I went up here. Now, this looks like a B minor chord. But we got this note in here. What is this note? This is an F sharp. And the F sharp, well, basically this chord shape looks like a pretty funky G, doesn't it? So it's coming from this G shape right here. Well, it's a D shape, but we make it a G. This is the cage system at work here. We could do it this way. This gives us a G here, or we could also make a C shape. Get a G this way as well. But just like a D down here, if we go like this, we get a D major 7. So same here, if we go from here, we're like this, or like this, rather, we get our G. This is a G major 7, D major 7, G major 7 is up here. This note here is the 3rd. And so sometimes we play D this way and we put our thumb over and we get this big fat D sound. We could also do it this way, and that's what we're doing for this G chord. We're going all the way up here, and this is a G using the D shape. Okay? But what I did is I scooped the pinky in. Okay, so this is giving us a G major 7 chord with a 3rd in the bass. Okay, first inversion. So now we have this, and the melody is going. Okay. Now we're going up. It's basically this note, which is in that first scale shape that I showed you, but we can also do the 2nd position of the G major scale, which is up here. Okay, and this note here is inside that scale. The next one is we're moving up here, so we have. Okay. We're just moving up the scale. But now we're in the C chord. So this right here, it's still a G chord, but it's also a leading tone. This B wants to go up to the C, which is our next chord, our 4 chord. So we could look at this as a type of B minor chord. It's got the B, it's got the minor third, it's got the 5th, and we have this G in here though. And we could say it's a sharp 5 or it's a flat 6. Okay. Gonna go with it's a flat 6. Flat 13 chord. Okay, but I really am thinking of it as just a G. An inversion of the G. Especially since we're getting up into the tonic right here note. Now we're going up to the C chord. Our melody is up here. And this note kind of rings out while we hit the C. This is a bit of a stretch, but I think you should try it. Okay. And see, you can slide down. We're going from here, da, da. So our melody is. Over the G, G, C. Still all inside the scale so far. Now this chord is an A minor chord. So an A minor would be a 2, right? We said this, we're embellishing 1, 4, 5, but the A minor is the relative minor of the C major. And so these 2 chords, they're very similar to each other. They use a lot of common notes. And just like our G to our B minor chord, a C chord to an A minor chord are very common too. Or they're used for substitutions. So if you have a G chord, you can play a B minor chord on top of it. Especially if you start using some other colors in there, they start bleeding over. So our B minor and our G chords, they're interchangeable, or you could substitute them out. So instead of a 1, 4, 5, we could turn this into a 1, 3, 4, 2. Okay, the 1 and the 3 are interchangeable, and the 4 and the 2 are pretty interchangeable as well. So instead of just being a simple G chord to a C, no, now we get this. And then we can still get to our D chord. All right, that's the direction that we're taking. So we have our melody. Now we're in C. This is the third of the C, so it's a nice place to take the melody. We go into this A chord. This is a nice A minor chord. We have our open A, flat 7, and our third. Just these 3 alone right here are our A minor 7. We get this note right here is an interesting one. It's a 4. Okay, like an A sus4 here, except for we have the minor third as well. So it's an A minor 11. The E up here is a 5. Okay, so you don't need to know how to name these chords. It's nice, but the important thing is knowing like where the dots are. We have our scale. This note is in there. This note is in there, and so is this one. Okay? I mean, if you want, you can move things around like. All right. chorusy. Now we're just arpeggiating it out. Okay, and from here, it's kind of a weird little jump. You gotta get the pinky over one more, and I kind of do a little rolling move when I get to that. But while you're rolling, if you hit this note and then this one, it kind of smooths out the sound a little bit. Okay, now we want to get to a D7 chord. I've got one right here. I also have one right here. This is the one I ended up using. Although I use a little baby version of it, we get an open D right here, and you can just hit these two. Again, it's part of the scale. It's efficient, right? Just those little two notes in the open D string. So I want to get from here to here, and I kind of work backwards to it. What I end up doing in this one is just doing 2 half steps up into it. We're just walking it up. And the reason why this works so well is because the D is the dominant chord, and that means it creates tension. And we can kind of create tension in lots of different ways before we get back to our home base, our G chord. There's our G chord too. So, you don't have to worry too much about what are these notes. Are they in the scale? Are these ones in the scale? They don't sound like it, but these ones are. So it's like we're building tension up to the tension that can then resolve into our G chord or our home or root or tonic. So again, working backwards. We started here. I wanted to work up to it. So now I got to figure out how to get from here, our A minor chord, A minor 11, to this one. And I thought I would kind of average the chords out, if you will. So in this one, we have these two notes on the 3rd and 2nd string inside of our A minor chord, right? And I basically want to end up flipping them, but why not meet in the middle? And then we're here, and then we can scoot it up. And again, we can get kind of weird because we're creating tension, then I know it's going to get resolved. So here's our A minor, our D7, at least we're building up to it. There's our D7 right here. In other words, from here to here, basically this one is going, this one is going, and together we get, and then we're up in our D, right? So we have, of tension. But we get to break out of it. So here we go again. That's our G. Here's our tension with the D7 and our G. We have remember our D shape of the G is up here. We have our G down here too. This is a smaller version of our larger G here. These are double stops, moving diatonically. Okay, but I wanted to, in between these ones, we can make a nice chromatic walk too. Okay, and we get this nice. And this one up here is going. Okay, you can slide up to the first one too. Right? So now we have. Whoops, sorry. pentatonic stuff is inside that same major scale. And then, so we're back to the 1, okay? Our D was the 5. Now we're back at the 1 to that, or the G was the 1. The D is the 5, G is the 1. Now we need to go back to the 4, which is our C. Okay, that's actually our C chord. So this one is part of our C chord here, this bar chord. Double stops. Just like here, we started with the G, and then back down at the G down here, we're starting with the C. Now the melody, that's kind of where the melody just wanted to take me. All right, and just moving down the double stops. Open G right here. Now, it wasn't time to go back to the 1 yet, right? It's supposed to go, we're still in the 4, or, you know, it's time to start moving towards the 5. But we ended up back at this 1, but just temporarily. And we walk it right back up to A minor. So we're going to this A minor right here. Now this is, I'm hitting this A string. It's kind of being all built off of this A minor bar chord here, or A minor 7, or we can play it this way, or if we do an open, you know, you just keep breaking it down. And then we have our open A here. This bar right here makes it a minor 7, but we also get another scale shape is now introduced. We're up here. Then we got this one. All still G major. But if you bar here, you know, you can just move all the way across on the scale on 1 string. So if you bar 1, it's almost like a Jimi Hendrix lick right here. Okay? Technically these all have names, you know, up here. This is like an A minor 9. This is just another A, so just an A minor 7, A minor 6. Still just an A minor with a 4 in there. The name isn't as important as just knowing where the dots are and playing with it, okay? And this is still, again, part of our 4. The 2 and the 4 are interchangeable, so our C was... So all of that's our 4. You know, our 1 was up here. Now we're in the 4. Time to get to the 5. Open D. Now this note here is, again, coming off of this D7 here, but it's like a suspended, or it's like a D11 here. There's our 4, D sus4, but with the dominant 7 in there. But we're just making it smaller, using the open, taking advantage of the open D right here. And our melody, we use a chromatic line. This note here is the same as this note here, right? So we just, let's see, we just went. Our D9 going all the way up like this. This note's inside of our D chord here as well. Scales. resolves too. We get this line right here. So, the goal with this chromatic line is this movement. We're going. All this is over the D. Lots of tension here, but it really wants to go down just one more. Again, our D is our 5, the dominant. We want to take it to the 1 and just resolve it right here and rest it on this G. So, okay, that's the goal. But we kind of play with it. So we're already here. We want to just push it over one more, but we play with it. We go back up. There's our G7. And right there, we just hit it just now. So it's... we anticipate the tension and play with that. Cause tension, build it back up and resolve right here. Okay, and at the end, all I did was a little turnaround. And what's going on here is it's a 2-5-1. But in a half step up, or you can think of it as like a tritone substitution, which is basically you can cause tension by being one half step up and then resolving in this way, okay? Or okay, so this is our tension and this is our resolve now. And you can build up to the tension here. So we can do a 2, 5, 1 into it. Okay, then that example didn't work as well. I kind of like doing all major chords before it. We get... this is a B flat with the 6-9 in there and the major 7. It's like a B major, B flat, major 13. This chord here is coming from the C shape, but letting go here, which gives us a sus2 and a major 7. So this is like an E flat, major 9 chord. Feel free to leave comments and tell me I'm wrong. Same as the one before here down. We're just moving it down this way, so this is a G major 7. Here's our G major 7, and you can spank the harmonics right in there on the 12th fret. Okay, I'm going to play through this one more time. Okay, that's it for the lesson, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe and leave some comments, and I'll get back to you. Hope to see you next time.